This is Backstage Sonoma. I'm Steve Roby. Country guitarist and singer Junior Brown is our guest today. He's released 12 studio albums and has charted twice on the Billboard Country Singles Charts. Brown's signature instrument is the Git Steel double neck guitar, a hybrid of electric guitar and lap steel guitar. He's currently touring California, supporting a new album, and will make 3 stops in the North Bay. Junior Brown will join me shortly to fill us in on all the details, but first, let's hear a taste of his music.
Another honky-tonk burned down, just a joint I used to hang around. I sang and played that old honky-tonk sound while lonely people poured their troubles down. A lot of memories came and went, a lot of younger days got spent. When the folks stopped coming round, another honky-tonk burned down. Well, I spent my youth, cut my first tooth in a honky-tonk downtown. Traveled near and far, played every honky-tonk bar from miles and miles and miles around. I was trying to learn, had time to burn, and the honky-tonk music in my soul. The honky-tonks are coming down, ain't too many left around, and it don't look like they're building anymore.
Junior Brown, welcome to Backstage Sonoma.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Junior, who were some of your biggest musical influences growing up, and how did they shape the style of your playing?
I was a child of the 50s, and I came of age in the 1960s, and I was exposed to quite a bit of popular culture by way of the television, mostly, I guess you'd say, and radio. And I listened to everybody. I used to watch the old television shows. Ernest Tubb show was a big influence on me, and from a young age. And also some of the rock show. There was a show called Hullabaloo.
Oh, yeah.
There's one called Shindig.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, James Burton, was a guitarist on those shows, and who I got to know later, many years later. And but I listened to pretty much everything I could get a hold of. And then I remember the Beatles came along. Of course, that was a huge culture-altering event that changed everything about America one way or another. I'm not sure.
Absolutely. Can you tell us the story behind the creation of your signature Git Steel guitar and how it's influenced your music?
The Git Steel itself hasn't influenced my music. It's just a tool that's handy, really. I came up with the idea of combining an electric guitar with a steel guitar, so I could play both on the same song without unplugging and plugging into another instrument and so forth, and all while I'm singing. So it's more of a useful tool than anything else. I always love to play both instruments, and I like to have both of them on a song.
Yeah.
And that solves that problem.
Is it difficult to keep both instruments in tune and keep an eye on that?
Not any more so than to have them separate.
Oh, okay. Hey, our listeners are always curious about songwriting. What does your songwriting process look like?
I usually come up with an idea, a title. A title will practically write the song if it's a good title. That's usually how I do it. There have been times where I've come up with a melody and written words around it, but it's usually the lyrics come first. I'll come up with a title or a hook line, which can be the title or maybe not the title, but a hook line will define the song, and then whether or not it's the title is something else. But you get the original idea, and then you start rhyming words to it, coming up with a few little lines that back up the title. I always said, when I asked about songwriting, I always said every line of the song has to support the title. And if it doesn't, then you're getting away from it. You're drifting.
Right.
See? So like I said, it's usually lyrics first, and then a melody will just find its way in there.
Great. Hey, your team sent over some music to discuss in this interview. What can you tell us about one of your classics and one of my favorites, Highway Patrol? And this is a live version.
I always like that. So I write most of my own stuff, about 96, 97%. The stuff that I've recorded have been songs that I've written. This is one that I didn't write. It was on an old theme album for law enforcement called Man Behind the Badge by a friend of mine, Red Simpson, put out many years ago. And I heard that song and it just knocked me out, and I thought I could put my own style to it. And it was very successful for me.
It's great. Let's listen to it now. This is Junior Brown and a live version of Highway Patrol. And you're listening to it on Backstage Sonoma.
I got a star on my car and one on my chest, a gun on my hip and the right to arrest. I'm a guy with a ball on this highway, so watch out what you're doing when you're driving my way. If you break the law, you'll hear from me, I know. I'm working for the state, I'm the Highway Patrol. Well, you'll know me when you see me, 'cause my door's painted white, with my siren is screaming and my flashing red light. I work all day and I work all night, just to keep in law and order, trying to do what's right. If I write you out a ticket, then you better drive slow. I'm just doing my job on my Highway Patrol. I'm the Highway Patrol, the Highway Patrol. Now we're the law, if my pay is low, but I'll do my best to keep you driving slow. I'm just doing my job on the Highway Patrol. Bet your boots I'm coming after you. If you wanna race and get on a racetrack, or if you try to run away, I'm gonna bring you back. I'm here to keep all the speeders driving slow. I'm just doing my job on the Highway Patrol. Yeah, I'm the Highway Patrol, the Highway Patrol. Hour to long, if my pay is low, but I'll do my best to keep you driving slow. I'm just doing my job on the Highway Patrol. I'm just doing my job on the Highway Patrol. On the Highway Patrol.
My guest today is guitarist and singer Junior Brown. Junior, looking back over your career, is there one show or one moment that stands out to you as memorable or significant?
No, going back to when I was about 17 or 18 years old, I got to play with Bo Diddley, a rock and roll icon, and he was up in Taos. I was living in Santa Fe at the time, and he was playing in Taos. And he was a very easygoing guy. He didn't mind guys getting up and playing with him. I got up there and tried to show my stuff, and he'd say, "Get back." you try to steal the spotlight here. And then there was another concert after that he allowed me to play with him on. So I think those two really, I don't know, got the stars in my eyes. I was always a dreamer. I always wanted to be on stage, but I actually got to do it with Bo Diddley. So I guess that would be a turning point.
That's pretty cool. Bo Diddley, man. Let's play some more of your music. What can you tell us about this song you do with your wife, Tanya? It's called We Don't Know Nothing About Nothing But Falling in Love. What a great title.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ain't that true? Do you have any comments on that song?
That was written, that song took about 35 years to write. I kept writing little pieces of it, and then I'd get to a stopping point, and I'd find a shred of the paper 10 years later, and I'd write a little more on it. And the last go around, I found remnants of the song, but there was a lot of it missing, and I had to rewrite things that I had already written years before. But that was probably for the best anyway. And I finally completed the song, and Tanya and I both realized that it's a very well-written song, and one that's a little different from me. It's more like a Broadway show type song, something you would hear in a Broadway show. We're very happy with that one.
Cool. Let's play it now. This is Junior Brown here on Backstage Sonoma.
You're a classic movie buff, but you don't know all that much about old movies. You never heard of Mary Pickford, Chaplin Keaton, Charles Bickford. You're barely able to see Gables, kinda groovy.
Well, you're some expert in science, but you put too much reliance on a theory that, dear, you just won't hold up.
I guess we don't know nothing about nothing but falling in love.
You're on some kind of mission to be an expert mathematician, but your figures never seem to compute. And when I call attention, or even try to mention it, you just tell me that my figure's kinda cute.
Well, I'm really not that smart, but I can tell you heart to heart that this equation's gonna fit just like a glove.
I guess we don't know nothing about nothing but falling in love.
No, we don't know nothing, but that's really something. It's a handle worth bragging about.
'Cause if we don't know nothing but good love, and all the rest of it can work itself out.
I can't say much for our thinking, but if you're thinking what I'm thinking,
then you're thinking about what I've been thinking of.
that we don't know nothing about nothing but falling in love. Major, but a poorly versed stranger to iambic pentameter.
That's a kind of poetry.
You think that Walt Whitman is the guy who makes the chocolates that they put in the sampler?
Oh, yeah? Well, your idea of music is whatchama-who's it, screaming whatchamacallit about what?
I guess we don't know nothing about nothing but falling in love. No, we don't know nothing, but that's really something. It's a handle worth bragging about.
'Cause if we don't know nothing but good love, and all the rest of it can work itself out.
I can't say much for our thinking, but if you're thinking what I'm thinking,
then you're thinking about what I've been thinking of.
That we don't know nothing about nothing but falling in love. No, the world will never never wow us.
With all its intellectual prowess.
About the ignorance we'll never rise above. I guess we don't know nothing about nothing but falling in love. We don't know nothing about nothing but falling in love. Falling in love. We're falling in love. Falling in love.
If you're just joining us, my guest is country singer and guitarist Junior Brown. Junior, you've worked with many talented musicians over the year. Who has been one of your favorite artists to collaborate with, and why?
I had some success late in life. I was very frustrated for the first years and getting on up into my 30s and 40s and seeing other people have success with things that I had messed with and missed the boat on. And I got my life together, and it all just started coming together for me. I finally got a record deal with Curb Records in around 1990, and that gave me the opportunity to get with some of my heroes to the end of an era of the classic country music that I loved so much. Got to work with Ray Price and George Jones and Hank Thompson and people like that I had looked up to. Having that opportunity was a big thrill.
Great. Would you say your music's evolved over the years, and are there any new directions you're excited to explore in the future?
It's evolved to some degree. I'd like to think I'm getting better. We don't want to get any worse. And I just keep going along with what I'm doing. And we've put out some albums in recent years on our own. And as long as I can keep the quality of that music going, I think just keeping on with it is an evolution in itself.
Yeah.
You can hear some of it throughout the album. I'm singing better than I ever did because my voice has gotten richer. And so that's a big plus. So you try and keep improving.
Yeah. It certainly sounds great on this end. Anytime you want to do radio, I think you got a job.
Thanks. Yeah. The people have told me that before. So,
yeah.
It's a country music morning.
You're hired. Pick up your check on Friday. Just a few more questions as we wrap up here. Do you have any new albums or projects that you're currently working on?
I've got an idea to do an album of surfer songs because people love to hear this surf medley that I do.
That would be great.
Twangy guitar stuff.
Yeah, know. Dick Dale kind of things, yeah.
In a way, adventures, people that, as getting back to what I said earlier, pre-Beatles rock and roll guitar. I did a painting. This kind of inspired this idea. I did a painting called the Git Steel Surfer. And this guy on a surfboard, but it's a Git Steel.
Wow.
in the waves.
So you also paint?
Well, I tried to. I'm not very good. But this particular painting came out pretty well. And we're going to make a T-shirt of it. And I thought, man, that looks like an album cover.
Yeah.
And that sort of got me thinking, I'll just do an album called Git Steel Surfer.
Wow.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I don't want to do all instrumentals. I want to do some singing in there. So that'll be interesting, creating that whole part of it, because it's usually a style of mostly instrumentals.
Man, that sounds great. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. What can fans look forward to at your upcoming North Bay shows here in California?
Oh, more of the same. But it's a wide variety of musical styles that I put into the songs that I sing. And so there's a little everything, like the surf thing we just discussed.
All right.
That's what I end the shows with, is a bunch of that kind of stuff. As long as it fits into what I like, it all seems to come out in a way that's not too awkward. When you start trying to do things just to be cute and you're pushing too many boundaries, then you lost your style, I think, and you become just an experimenter. But this stuff I've been doing and putting in the music for years, so people are used to that kind of mixing it up, a mixed bag type thing.
I've been to several of your shows, and they're always a fun experience.
Thanks.
Yeah. Let me remind our listeners, Junior Brown's tour will make 3 stops in the North Bay, starting on August 14th at the Sweetwater Music Hall in Mill Valley. On Friday, August 16th, he plays the Uptown Theater in Napa and wraps up the North Bay tour at the Raven Theater in Healdsburg for a show on Saturday, August 17th. For tickets and more info, please visit juniorbrown.com. Junior, thanks so much for stopping by today. I had a great time, and I hope you have a great tour coming up.
Thanks. I appreciate your interest, Stephen, and maybe run into you one of these days.
That sounds good to me. Thanks again.
All right.